Picture this. You wake up tomorrow morning, and the internet is just gone. Not slow, not down for an hour. Gone everywhere, for everyone all at once. At first, it barely feels like a big deal. Your phone still turns on. The lights still work. You just can't check anything online. But within minutes, the cracks start to show. Your banking app won't load. That's because most modern banking isn't really about physical cash anymore. It's about numbers moving between servers. ATMs start failing one by one, because even withdrawing cash usually requires an internet connection to verify your balance. Grocery stores are next. Card readers stop working. Self-checkout machines freeze mid-transaction. Even the price scanners many stores use to update daily deals rely on a live internet connection. Within hours, stores that rely entirely on digital payment systems are forced to either close or fall back on a strategy nobody has used in decades: handwritten receipts and manual math. Then there's shipping. Modern supply chains are massive, interconnected systems tracked in real time. Trucks, ships, and warehouses all coordinate using internet-based logistics software. Without it, nobody knows what's actually where. Food distribution slows down first, since fresh goods depend on tightly timed schedules. Within about 3 days, some grocery store shelves would start thinning out, not because food stopped existing, but because nobody could coordinate moving it efficiently anymore. Hospitals are where things get genuinely dangerous. Many hospitals store patient records digitally. And even more concerning, a lot of modern medical equipment relies on networked systems for things like remote monitoring, drug dosage calculations, and communication between departments. Some hospitals have backup protocols for this: paper charts, landline phones, manual processes. Others, especially smaller ones that modernize quickly, do not. Meanwhile, air travel grinds to a slow, chaotic stop. Flight scheduling, air traffic coordination, and ticketing all depend on network systems. Planes already in the air would likely still land safely, since aviation has offline backup protocols built in for exactly this kind of failure. But new flights, especially international ones requiring complex coordination, would be extremely difficult to schedule safely. So what actually still works? Landline telephones, for one. They don't need the internet at all, just physical copper wiring, which is part of why some emergency planners still argue landlines should never be fully phased out. AM and FM radio also keeps working, since it broadcasts directly over airwaves, no internet required. In fact, radio would likely become one of the most important communication tools overnight, the way it was for decades before the internet existed at all. Cash obviously still works. Physical cash doesn't care whether a server somewhere is online. This is one of the main arguments people make for why physical currency should never fully disappear, even in an increasingly digital world. Older cars still run fine too. But newer vehicles that rely on internet-connected systems for navigation, some safety features, or software updates might behave unpredictably or lose access to certain features entirely. Here's the part that's genuinely fascinating, though. Humanity has actually done this before, just slower. Before the internet, banks balanced books by hand. Hospitals used paper charts. Newspapers, not push notifications, told people what was happening in the world. None of this is truly unprecedented. It just hasn't happened at this scale, this fast, in a world this dependent on being constantly connected. The real danger isn't that we'd forget how to live without the internet. It's that so much of our infrastructure has been built assuming it will always be there. Redundancy, the old backup systems and manual processes, has quietly been stripped away over the last 20 years because it was cheaper and more efficient not to maintain it. So if the whole world lost internet access tomorrow, the first few days would be chaotic, expensive, and in some places genuinely dangerous. But humanity wouldn't collapse. We'd adapt the way we always have, just slower, messier, and with a lot more handwritten receipts. The real question isn't whether we'd survive without the internet. It's how long it would take us to remember how we used to.